Loopy over here. Obviously, another quick turnaround fight for you here in New York. So, I guess how is camp or lack of camp, or how is preparation for this? Considering you only fought like a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Well, it's just get back into the routine again, and start training again for this fight. I have 5 weeks to get ready for Tabatha, and I feel it was enough. Since I already have my last camp, which was 8 weeks, and I've been doing my camps now in Mexico, in Guadalajara, with Team Lobo. So I have never ever felt so prepared in my career than now.
How soon after your last fight did they come with you to this fight with Tabatha?
It was about a week and a bit, yeah, and a week and a few days. I was actually, so after the fight, I went to Toronto and then I went to Vancouver. I live in Vancouver. My I was busy doing other stuff that I couldn't unpack. So when I took the fight and I was already booking my flight to go back to Mexico. My stuff, it was in my bag still. I had to hurry up, had to wash everything and repack again and leave.
I'm curious. At this point in your career, when they call you, do they even have to tell you who the opponent is, or do you just say like, "Yeah, I'm in"?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a game. I'm always, they call me because they know I'm always ready. And, even when I did the back-to-back fights, I was in vacation for the first time in so many years, in so long. And halfway through, not even, I was 2 days in my vacations with my sister. We were in Florida, actually. It was like, hey, can you come back and fight? I was like, okay, no problem. See you there. So they booked my flight, and I was there the next day.
Do you think the UFC sees something in you, like promotion-wise? Because Tabitha's not going to be here for media day. It's just you in terms of this fight. So do you think the UFC like sees something that they can build off of moving forward in the future?
Yeah, I just don't see other fighters or other. It's not easy to do what I do. Something that for me to just come back here. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. It's really easy for me to do those type of things. I don't know what it is. It's just I just do it, and I just go with the flow, and it's easy. I don't feel overwhelmed at all. I just enjoy the process. I love all this. I love to talk to you guys. So it's just I'm living the dream very much.
And in terms of Tabitha, you both kind of debuted in the UFC around like within months of each other. You were both in LFA around the same time. Was she a name that you knew eventually you would have to fight, whether it was back then or presently?
Yeah, of course. When we both were in LFA, I was like, oh, maybe they will give me next, and especially because she was teammates with Vanessa, the girl that I fought for the belt. And I was like, oh, maybe it's something there. Then I go into the UFC, and we both been, kind of close. So yeah, I kind of thought that she was gonna be, actually my coaches were watching her fight after my last fight because they kind of thought, oh, I think she's next. So we were already ahead of the game.
So overall, what do you make of her skill set? Like, what strengths do you believe that she carries into the octagon? Because if you just look at her resume, she has a lot of submissions, a lot of decisions, a couple finishes. So what do you make of her skill set overall?
She has a great judo, a great jiu-jitsu, but I have a great wrestling. I have great hands. I have a lot of power. So I feel it's a great matchup for Saturday night.
And final one for me. I'm sure you've heard the rumors the UFC might be going back to Toronto in January. I assume you would be interested in another quick turnaround to be on that card, if possible.
Yeah, I'm not thinking too much ahead right now, but let's see what happens. I always say, oh, I'll take my time and see what happens. And then they call me and then I'm back in. I say that my last fight, oh, no, I'm going to take the year off. I had some things to do. They call me and I'm here.
Loopy over here. Something different about this card is you're sharing it with a couple of teammates as well. I guess what's that like to kind of come in as a group and have not only your own goals but kind of team goals as well?
It's amazing, and we start from the gym, the energy in the gym, the energy in 5 week, and now we get to be in the back together. We are actually like it's myself, Alessandro, and then Diego. So it's like back to back fights, right? So it's gonna be a little bit crazy.
And being back in Mexico now training, like, have you noticed a change over time in combat sports in terms of the MMA side there? Like boxing's obviously always been big, but do you feel like that there's even more talent coming, and is it something noticeable to you?
Oh my gosh, yes. In just alone in that gym, Lobo gym, is so many females and so many guys that are gonna come out to the UFC, and it's crazy. Like they're so young still, and they're so good, and I can see, I can see that they're gonna become champions too one day, you know. And we have champions there from other organizations, and you know, it's a great team. It's the perfect team for myself.